So let's keep going with with T interval, and we'll do a T interval with sample statistics. In this example, I don't have the data, but I have the sample statistics that can help me. So let's keep going. So suppose that a committee is studying whether or not there's a waste of time in our judicial system. It is interested in the mean amount of time individuals waste at the courthouse waiting to be called for jury duty. The committee randomly surveys 81 people who recently served as jurors. The sample mean wait time was 8 hours with a sample standard deviation of 4 hours. Construct a 90% confidence interval for the population mean time wasted. So my sample mean was 8, my sample standard deviation was 4, my sample size was 81, and my confidence interval, they want it to be 90. So I'm going to go to Minitab. So when I go over to Minitab, again, I want to do stats, and then I want to go to one sample T. Again, remember, I do not have a population standard deviation, or it doesn't say there's a known standard deviation, so I have to do a one sample T. So I'm going to click on, remember you have two choices. I'm going to click on Summarize Data. I'm going to put my sample size of 81, my sample mean of 8, and my sample standard deviation of 4. And then for options, I'm going to make sure it says 90, and then I'm going to make sure that the not equal sign is selected. Again, that's because this is for a confidence interval. I have a lower and an upper bound, which really means it's a between scenario, so it's not equal. So I hit OK, and then I hit OK again, and I get everything I need. Sample size of 81, sample mean of 8, sample standard deviation of 4, skip sample error of the mean, and then I go with a 95% confidence interval of 7.260, 8.74. So let's go ahead and go back to the PowerPoint and let's interpret it. And again, in the PowerPoint, I have the Minitab instructions if you want to print those out or look at them for future reference. So here I go. So let's do our conclusion. So the lower bound was 7.260 and the upper bound was 8.740. We estimate with a 90% confidence that the true population mean amount of time wasted is between 7.260 and 8.740 hours. To find the error bound margin, I do the sample mean minus the lower bound to get 0.740, or I do the upper bound minus the sample mean to get 0.740. Since both are the same, the error bound margin is 0.740.